I ended up sleeping there on the concrete when this dude is boning my wife. The next thing I knew, I didn't even have a car, so I'm homeless. And my life is falling apart. I wanted to quit. At one point, I was standing on a chair with a, thing around and I was ready to kick the thing out from under my feet. Actually cheated on me with one of the on-air personalities. You're not allowed to quit. If you need an ear, dude, just hit me up anytime. Hey guys, Uncle Christmas here. I wanted to say thank you so much for making it a great first month on YouTube. I have 8 subscribers now, so thank you very much for everyone that subscribed. I wanted to do something a little bit different today though, because it's been on my mind a lot, and I want to talk about men, how fucked up the world is today and how men are affected by it. The world is a shit show, and social media's got everyone fucked up, and there's so many guys in the world that are dealing with depression and loneliness and despair, especially after a divorce. You think your life is going along fine, and then suddenly your wife cheats, suddenly you're getting divorced, suddenly the judge gives her custody of the kids, and then she starts brainwashing them against you. It's a mess. And guys, it can take years to bounce back from that. It's not easy. It's a lot of people start drinking, a lot of people fall into a deep depression, they get bitter, and we're expected to just take it. The world expects us to just be stoic and just, bounce back from it, pull yourself up by the bootstraps. And a lot of people have problems doing that. And then if they try to start dating again in their late 30s, their 40s, their 50s, they find that the dating pool in America is toxic. A lot of women hate on the passport bros, but I see it as something that saved me. I discovered how amazing it is when you go to a place where the woman actually appreciates you as a man. You step off the plane and you feel like a freaking rock star, and it can really turn things around for you. As a foreigner, suddenly you're flooded with attention from women who are caring, beautiful, nurturing, they're humble, and suddenly the pain from that divorce just doesn't seem to be as heavy anymore. You start to realize suddenly that life still has a lot to offer. And for so many guys that have dealt with horrible treatment from their Western exes, they feel like maybe there's some hope again. For companionship, for finding someone who will love them right, it's a beautiful thing. Compared to how fake everything is in the West, how everyone is pretending that their lives are perfect, pretending everything is just happy and wonderful. Social media makes everyone care too much about putting on appearances. But where are the people that are real? Where's the humanity? Where is the authenticity? That word authenticity is something that's been popping up for me everywhere in the last few years, and maybe it's because I'm attuned to it. Maybe it's like the Bader-Meinhof phenomenon. I don't know if that's even what it's called, but when you focus on something and then you start to notice it everywhere. But I hope that the people who find my channel are of the same opinion as me on these things. I hope that the people that hear this rant are cognizant of the fact that there are no people who are perfect. Another phrase that really resonates with me lately, and I've heard it a lot, is we're all just doing the best that we can with what we've got. And if you think about that phrase, it just makes so much sense. It explains a lot of people's behavior, because with all of this fake shit that's everywhere, all of these guys that pretend they're rich, all of these girls who just use their looks to get attention and money, all of these people who are just obsessing and fighting over tribal politics, the gender wars, the drama, the scandals, it's so easy to fall into a trap where we just look at everyone around us as enemies and outsiders with differing opinions. Or maybe we start to see people only for what we can get out of them. Everyone connecting just on a surface level. It feels like there aren't many people left in the world with good, strong character anymore. And when you stop and remind yourself that we're all just doing the best that we can with what we've got, you start to remember, maybe it makes it a little easier to start to empathize with people. You realize the ones that are acting like they're perfect, they still have their struggles. Not everyone has their shit together like they pretend. They still have their vices, they still have their struggles, they still have their problems, their issues. They have challenges and heartbreak and loneliness and setbacks. And when you look at it like this, you start to realize how similar we all are. So I hope my channel is useful for people that want to redesign the path that they're on in life, who want to get away from the toxicity of the West, who maybe they want to find someone that they can trust, someone they can love. Maybe they just want to escape the rat race and move to an island for a simpler, happier lifestyle. I think that's the thing that unites us when we all start looking at Southeast Asia, when we start looking at the Philippines. And there's so much that our two cultures can learn from each other. But I see a lot of expats on Facebook and on YouTube, and they're all talking smack to each other. They're insulting everyone. I don't see the point of it. It makes me laugh, like, bro, enjoy your life, man. You're surrounded by beauty everywhere. You're living the dream compared to the guy who's still stuck in America, wondering where it all went wrong, wondering if he should self-delete because he's tired of his mundane existence, buying material things that he doesn't need, trying to impress people that he doesn't like, living with the trauma of a woman who cheated on him and then divorced him and probably took half of his shit, and then the judge gave her the kids, and now she's probably brainwashing them against the guy so he can't even see his kids anymore. So it's good, I think, to take a step back and appreciate what we have and see the good in people whenever you can. Cultivate authentic relationships, help people when you can, and be honest enough to admit when you're feeling stuck. And if you're the guy who's still going through that mess, I know how it feels. My divorce was 15 years ago and it took me a long time to bounce back. So I definitely know those feelings. But what turned shit around for me was I found the Philippines, and suddenly not everything was all bad anymore. So a little update, I went to bed before I could even finish editing this video, and I had 8 subscribers when I was filming it, but I woke up and I have 3 more subscribers, so now we're at 11. And to me that's crazy because when I started this channel just like 1 month ago, you know, it was like shouting into a void and no one's there listening, and you know, I'm just doing this for fun. I suck at making videos. Even though I went to school for broadcasting, I'm terrible at talking to the camera. I'm getting good at editing because I do it for work a lot, but I ramble a lot, and a 20-minute video I might have 5-10 minutes of so it needs to be chopped up, and that's why there's so many jump cuts, because I'm nervous talking to my phone, looking at the little dot on the screen. But I went to school for broadcasting. I thought I was going to be in radio because I've got a face for radio. It didn't work out because when I finished Broadcast Center and I was going to get a job at this radio station in Illinois, and my wife actually cheated on me with one of the on-air personalities that worked for that radio station, and that put a bad taste in my mouth. I was like, I cannot do this. I'm not gonna go and work for this company. When this dude is boning my wife, the next thing I knew, she was telling me that I needed to move out of the house. I had like 4,000 or 5,000 vinyl records. She said if I didn't move out, she was just gonna throw everything in the front yard, and I didn't want that to happen. So instead of having all of my stuff dumped in the yard by this heinous woman, I got a storage unit, and I moved all of my stuff into that storage unit, and I ended up sleeping there on the concrete ground. I would sneak in after the sun went down, I would sleep there, and then in the morning, like 6 a.m. before the sun came up, I'd roll the door up and I would sneak out and I would take the bus to work. I didn't even have a car, so I'm homeless and I'm taking the bus to work. My life is falling apart. I wanted to quit. At one point, I was standing on a chair with a, thing around and I was ready to kick the thing out from under my feet, and my phone rang. And I got down off of that chair, I answered the phone, and it was just like a 2-minute phone call. But when I hung up the phone, I was like, man, God made my phone ring. He wants me to just stick around. So I watch this other guy's channel a lot named, I think it's GFC, and he always says, you're not allowed to quit. So I want to pass that on to anybody that sees this video. If you're going through shit like I was, you're not allowed to quit. Things are going to get better, and I'm proof of it. I'm happy now, and you will be too, but I suggest you just take stock of what you have, you be appreciative for the things that you have, and you make a plan. You have to design the life that you want, and you'll get there, man. It takes work, but you will get there, and if you ever want to talk to me, just drop me a line. I'll talk to anybody. If you need an ear, dude, just hit me up anytime. My ex-wife, she hit the wall, and I'm loving it every day when I wake up. Life got better for me. And no shade towards her, because we're all the main characters in our own story, but for the guy who's still stuck in that hole, I don't mean my ex-wife, I mean the hole of despair, I'm here to say, it does get better. And if you haven't visited the Philippines yet, I know you're at least thinking about it, or else you wouldn't have found my tiny channel with my 8 subscribers. So I'm here to tell you, you can do this, bro. If I could go back 15 years and talk to the me from the past and just say anything, I would say, you only go around once on this ride, so get out of America, see what the world has to offer. You've got to enjoy it, especially the Philippines. It might sound like a crazy idea at first, and it does take some planning and some work, and people might talk about you behind your back. They might say you're a nut or you're going through a phase, but who cares? If you want a life that most people don't have, you've got to be willing to do what most people don't do. So if you're thinking about it, I encourage you to take that first step. Start planning, start making it a reality. Say, I'm going to do this because why not? Anyways, thanks for viewing my channel. Thanks for listening to my rant. I'm going to continue making videos about dating in the Philippines. The cost of living is coming, although you can see that anywhere, to be honest. But I'm going to give you some ideas for the guys who are maybe a few years younger. You're not ready to retire yet. Maybe you're looking into being a digital nomad. Maybe we can talk about some ideas coming up soon on how you can still earn a Western income getting paid in dollars and then use geo arbitrage to leverage a better life in a place with a lower cost of living. So we're going to talk about all that. I just wanted to do this quick update to say thanks for everyone who's tuned in so far, and I hope to be here for a long time. So thanks for chilling, guys. I'll see you in the next one.